master. Tim, you can go ahead and start.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Let me pull up the agenda as well. Yeah, I guess I can introduce the grammarian up first and then timer after.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is moreover, which means in addition to what has been said. An example of using the word is Toastmasters helps us grow as communicators. Moreover, it gives us the confidence to lead in everyday life. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon at a meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Next, can we have the timer come up and explain the role?
Greetings, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you for your explanation. Next up, can we have the first evaluator come up and introduce our first speaker?
Thank you. I'll be evaluating Arjun on his second speech. First speech, is it your icebreaker? Oh, it's your icebreaker. Okay. I'll be evaluating Arjun on his icebreaker. I'll be looking at what strong speaking skills Arjun already has naturally. I'll be looking for areas of opportunity to improve. I'll also be evaluating how well we get to know you as a speaker and who you are and what your hobbies are. I'll be evaluating if you speak clearly and loudly where we can understand and the pace you keep. I'll be looking at your body language and also how often you have to use your notes. So with that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Arjun.
Arjun. I go to Sycamore Elementary. I'm second grade and 7 years old. My hobbies are watching TV and playing on my iPad. I want to be in the SWAT. SWAT stands for Special Weapons and Tactics. I can train to hit bad guys. Because I can get trained to hit bad guys. But first I have to get a college degree. Then I can train. But it is a long time to get to college. I am going to talk about today I am going to talk about the best toy I have ever got. It is my 2 yo-yos. I got my 2 yo-yos from my school. My school hosted a yo-yo event in which I bought 2 yo-yos that cost a lot of money. These are my 2 yo-yos. I think the spark yo-yo is good because it lights because of the light. When I spin the yo-yo, the lights come on because of the kinetic energy. The next toy that I want to buy is a WWE action figure. I will show them to you next time. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
That was an amazing speech. Next up, can I have the second evaluator introduce our second speaker?
Today I'll be evaluating Miss Anna's speech. This will be her second project, her organizer speech. I will be looking at her delivery, her organization, speech value, opening, body, closing, and transitions. I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever worried about something so much that you lose your sleep? You lost your sleep? I saw some nodding heads. Yes, some of us do feel so much worry that we lost our sleep. So today I want to share my tool with you so that maybe you can use my tool to help you with that situation. The tool I developed is a 3-step tool. First, wisdom. Second, courage. A third, acceptance. I want to tell you a story. 15 years ago, I was diagnosed stage 3 lymphoma. When the doctor called me to confirm that, hey, you have a cancer, my world literally shattered. I feel I was at the bottom of my life. And I couldn't think. I was just sitting in my office. I was not really thinking about anything until my coworker came and talked to me. And he said, Anna, you look so worried. What happened? So I told him about my doctor's call, and he paused a moment. He said, Anna, you know, everybody in your situation would be so worried, but worry doesn't help. And that hit me really hard. And I thought, I'm already at the bottom of my life. If I keep worrying, I'm gonna fall apart completely. But do I want to fall apart? No, I don't. I want to go up from here. I want to go up from here. So I made a decision. I made a decision about what I can do to make my treatment better. What I can do that would be within my control. And the things that outside my control, I will not worry about it. I thought about what I can do. I can go exercise every day. That will help me. I can prepare a good meal, healthy meal to help my treatment. That's what I did. I can pick up the arts class I have always wanted to take, and that's what I did. So after 8 months, my treatment were over and I recovered, and here I am today. So I wanted to share with you, you have to do something within your control to go up from where you are. Fast forward, I had many other sleepless nights because of worry, but I use this tool every time it works. Now fast forward to last month, my son, Matthew, he just finished his second year in college. He was planning to take a medical school exam. He wanted to be a doctor. But the 2 weeks before he took the exam, he took a practice test. It wasn't good. He was so worried. The next morning we drove together to church. I noticed he was very tired. So I said, "Are you worried about the exam?" He said, "Yes." So we talked about it. I told him about this tool. And finally he said, "Yes, I know what I need to do." And that's exactly what he did. He did something, everything within his control, that 2 weeks. He flew back to college. He took the exam. Right after the exam, he called me. He said, "Mom, I feel good about the test. I don't know the score yet, but I feel good about it." I said, "Great, son. That's what you can do. That's a success." So again, this 3-step tool, first is the wisdom. The wisdom to differentiate what is within your control and what is not within your control. For my son, keep reviewing his subject. That's what is within his control. What is not within his control is worrying about if the test is going to be hard or easy. That's totally out of his control, right? So you really have to calm down and have a wisdom to help you differentiate what is within your control, what is not, which one is not. Second, have to have the courage to act on the things that are within your control. You have to get up. You have to take that test, practice test. You have to go work out, right? You have to do that speech. You have to make that step. You have the courage to do it. Third, accept where you are. Maybe you are already at the bottom of your life, like I did 15 years ago. I accept that. That's a fact. I cannot change it. But I can go up from there. And I decided to go up from there. So my friends, today I want to share this tool with you because you have a long road ahead of you. You will have many worries, but just focus on the things you can control. Think about the things you can do. Do not think about the things that's out of your control, because once you think about those things, you're gonna start worrying. So just keep focusing on what you can do, and then things will get better. Your life will get better. You will go up from there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you for your speech. Do we have a third speaker today, or is it just 2 for now?
Yeah, we don't have the first speaker.
Okay, so should we just move on with table topics then?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Unless somebody want to have a speech.
I can.
But you would want to have an impromptu?
We don't have, we got the time. It's one where we get interrupted, they get interrupted.
Okay, yeah.
We're good?
Evaluator? Yeah.
Okay. This is one supposed to be interrupted throughout the speech. Today I'm going to teach you my strategies for graduating college. But before I do, I want to make something clear. Going to college is a waste of your time. It's a waste of your resources, it's a waste of your money. If you don't graduate, it's all or nothing. Graduating college is the goal, not going to college. And let me clarify a little deeper. Graduating with a degree that's in demand is invaluable. So make sure you research what degree you're going to obtain, you're going to earn, and how it impacts your job possibilities. But then make sure you graduate. So let me ask you some questions. What is your strategy for graduating college? Your first day on campus as a freshman. What's going to be your strategy? Candy, what would you say is important?
4 cups of coffee a day.
Okay, a lot of coffee. And why?
Well, a lot of times in college you might have to go through some sleepless nights, especially if you're going through a very rigorous major. So coffee is gonna be your best friend there.
Okay, so lots of study. And I agree, good point. How about you, Miss Deanna? What would you do? What's some advice you would give? Study, we already had that, yeah, good point. So studying, I agree. Before I give you my strategy, I'm going to explain to you why I'm passionate about this. When I graduated high school, I started off in a community college. In my first semester, I was in an orientation class. And we're sitting there and the professor stands in front of us and says, look to your left and look to your right. Statistically speaking, if you graduate, they won't. And I remember I looked at this person, and I looked at that person, and I thought to myself, I feel sorry for you, because I'm graduating. So I made the decision that day that I'm going to graduate. Then I went to my community college, and I transferred to the University of Memphis, where I started my bachelor's in engineering. My first semester, I'm having a blast. I'm from a small town, and all of a sudden, I'm in what I thought at the time was a huge city, with lots of new friends. I've made more friends than I've never met this many people. Now I've got all these new friends. I'm having the time of my life. And I told my roommate, we're walking through the dorm one day, and I said, man, I love college. I said, I've got so many new friends. And he laughed. Of course, he's been there a few semesters. He said, don't get too attached. Most of them will be back next semester. They're going to flunk out or fail or quit or whatever. And I heard him, but I did not really understand him. I found out later that about 50% of incoming freshmen do not graduate. They waste their time, they waste their money, and they just go to work. They messed up. So I started looking into why some of these people don't graduate. Some of them were a lot smarter than me. Some of them were top 10 in their class, valedictorians, academic scholarships. One guy in particular was a straight A student. He's a waiter now, by the way. And he made A's in calculus class. He's probably the smartest waiter at that restaurant. But he missed his opportunity. So I started running into my friends that are no longer in college at parties and restaurants and Walmart. And I'd ask them, what happened to you? And they'd have different reasons. Some of them, I got sick of school. I took a semester off. I'll be back next semester. That's a lie. If you take a semester off, you get a job, you get debt, you don't come back. It's over. One person I know of actually told the truth. The rest of them never came back. Some said I made bad choices. I was in college. I was the first time I was free of my parents' control, and I made bad choices, and I was not responsible. So I flunked out. I skipped class. I didn't study. I partied till 6 a.m., have an 8 a.m. class. Now, I'm not saying you can't go to parties, but you got to have time to study. Because the reality of college is, it's a giant playground. There's always something to do that's more fun than studying. You can play all day and all night, 7 days a week. So if you don't find some time to study, if you don't take care of business, you'll never get around to it. You'll procrastinate until you flunk out. And some were rebellious. Their parents were strict, and they got out, they got free, and they rebelled, and it was bad. So with that, here's my strategy for graduating college. First and foremost, you must make the decision that you're going to graduate. That is your priority. Don't get sidetracked with a part-time job. Don't rebel against your parents. Don't make bad choices. Take care of business. But make the decision. And I did that at that orientation class. Number 2, go to class every day on time and pay attention. It's easy to skip class to go do something fun. The teachers don't take attendance. They're not going to talk to you. They're not going to call your parents. If you don't care, they don't care. They're getting paid and your check's already cleared. It's up to you. So if you don't go to class, it becomes a habit. And the next thing you know, you've missed a lot of days. And then they're not going to work with you. You're going to flunk out. Number 3, read the chapters and do the homework. Actively read the chapters. Don't have the TV blaring. Don't have the radio blaring. Don't be hanging out with your friends while you study. Really read the chapters. Really understand the homework. Your job is to do the homework. Your job is to actively read and really understand the material, because you're building a foundation that builds on each class. Each class builds on itself. So from engineering, my Circuits 1 class my Circuits 2 class built off Circuits 1, and Circuits 3 built off that. It's kept going, it gets deeper and deeper, so you must build the foundation. And then study every day. A lot of people cram for the test the night before and they don't really learn it. And I'm not saying you can't review the night before, but there's always time to study. I'm studying Mandarin now and I keep notes in my back pocket. So if I'm in line at McDonald's, I've got some time to study. If I've got some free time, I've got time to study. So there's time to study. So study every day. Make time, because like I said, there's lots of opportunities to go do something more fun, and you'll procrastinate your way out of school. And then, last but not least, get some help before you drown. If you're struggling, ask your classmates to help you. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't wait till you've already drowned before you can get help. Find a classmate that can help you. They'll tutor you for a few sessions, and you'll have it. So with that, make the decision to graduate. Go to class every day on time. Read the chapters. Study every day, and get some help before you drown, and you will graduate college. But the most important of all of those is to make the decision, graduating is my priority, period, and don't let nothing stop you. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you for your wonderful speech. Next up, we can go on to our table topic session. And next up, we can have our table topics master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tim. As a quick note before we start, I'm really bad at remembering names, so half the time when I'm giving these table topics, I'm gonna have to ask you what's your name. Please don't be offended. I don't know anybody's name here except for Mr. Jason and Miss Anne's, so I'll try my best. Our first question is, what's one hobby that you enjoy that you think the older generation does more than the younger generation? And this question goes to Abby.
Can you please repeat that question one more time? So sorry.
What's one hobby that you enjoy now that you think the older generation does more than the younger generation?
One hobby that I enjoy currently is that I believe that the older generation does more than the younger generation is knitting. I personally do knit. I have these two sticks and yarn that I just bought from like Hobby Lobby, and I believe that it's a really calming experience. However, I have met more people that are on the older side of life who also knit than the younger side. I've noticed that more younger people and people around my age have liked crocheting more, but I just really love knitting, and I do think that many of you guys should also take on knitting. Thank you.
Our next question is, if you could design your own holiday, how would people celebrate it? This question goes to Jeremy.
If I could design my own holiday, it would be something like Christmas, so everyone gets gifts because it's fun to get gifts. And also, it's fun to see like other people opening gifts that they receive from you, and it just makes you feel good. Yeah, that's.
What's one small decision in your past that ended up shaping your life in a bigger way than you expected? Tim.
That's a tough question, I guess. So what's one decision in the past that shaped who I am today? Ooh,
Yes.
I always struggle with these questions. It takes me a while. Every time I feel like I've been asked this, I feel like I just blank out on my life. I don't really remember too much. What's one decision that shaped who I am today? I wouldn't say I've made too many big decisions, but I guess one of them be at the start of middle school, and I guess that's when I joined band. That's where I've met most of my friends today, and then where I still am friends with a lot of people in band. Unfortunately, I have quit band in the past year, but that experience was kind of shaped who I am today. All those trips and all the time I took to learn an instrument, I felt like was pretty valuable. It taught me quite a lot of things about patience and about also persistence in learning. So I guess that decision to join band back then, just because I thought their hoodies were cooler than the orchestra, or I guess that shaped who I am today mostly, with all my friends, uh, and just kind of my experiences. So thank you.
What's one moment in your life when you did something unexpectedly kind for somebody else, and how did it make you feel? Excuse me, what's your name? Yes.
Alia,
Adia, this question is for you.
could you repeat?
What's one moment in your life when you did something unexpectedly kind for somebody else, and how did it make you feel?
One thing would be when I would consider myself not a very violent person, and I think when I like
You can take that back. You
yeah,
can take that back if you want to start all over.
Sure. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, there are 4 elements people can control: fire, water, earth, and air. Which element would you choose, and how would you use it to shape our world?
okay, I would choose water because in a lot of parts of the world people don't get clean water and they suffer a lot because of it. I think I would choose water because I could give people water and I would save them from dying. Thank you.
Tell me about your favorite book or character and why they resonate to you. Deanna. Book or character.
I think I don't read a lot anymore, but I used to read Dork Diaries a lot in Wayside School, so I think a book that resonates with me would probably be Sideways Stories from Wayside School because it has lots of people that do weird things, and some of those people remind me of people I know. Like one kid doesn't know why she has toes, and that reminds me of one of my friends, except she doesn't know why she has fingers.
What was the best day of school that you've ever had?
Kyle.
You said Kyle?
Yeah.
This question's for you.
So the best day of my life, the best day of my life at school was probably like the day before summer break, because whenever it's like a day before breaks, we get like a half day, so we could go to home to relax instead of staying in school. And plus, like, summer breaks is like really long for us. It's like 2 to 3 months, and then you could like go to vacation, go to a lot of places to explore instead of staying in school. Thank you.
What's the worst day of school that you've ever had? Alyssa?
So my worst day of school was when I got in trouble twice in 2 different subjects. So I was folding paper in math class, and my math teacher found me doing it because I was bored. And then I got a conduct mark because of that. And then when I was walking in the hallway, I was turning back, and one of the teachers thought I was talking to one of my friends, so I got another one. And when I came back when I went back home, I was really disappointed in myself because one day 2 conduct marks is very frustrating. And I think that's it. Thank you.
If you could relive a single day from your childhood, which day would it be and why? Miss Anna.
So the question is, if I can relive a single day from my childhood, what would it be? Yeah. I grew up in a very small town. The best time that we ever had in the whole year was to go shopping in a big city to buy some clothes for the Chinese New Year. And that trip was long, about 6 hours. A lot of people riding that bus, and we took the trip to the big city, and we got around to shop for the clothes. And one time, my mom even took me to get my hair permed. I was 6. Come back home, I had a permed hair as a 6-year girl. I remember we have a lot of good food, I had beautiful clothes picked out, and have some fancy hair coming home. And I was very happy that day, and I hope I will relive that day with my mom one time again. Thank you.
You might have time for 1 or 2 more. So what is one fear that you overcame? It can be big or small. And how did it shape you? Excuse me, what's your name?
Raya.
Raya. This question is for you.
What question was it?
It was, which one fear you overcame, big or small, and how did it shape you?
Maybe when I think that when I first entered dance class, that when we were going to perform on big stage, I got scared, and then when we performed it, I lost my stage fear, and then now we always dance on stage, and then I don't get scared. I just get the nerves.
This is gonna be our last question. What's one small habit or routine that you have now that you think future generations might find surprising? Grace.
I try to make myself go outside every day and like touch grass. I don't think that generations in the future will do that because I think they're just gonna stay on their phone watching Scooby Toilet. Personally, I have no idea why brain rot is like spreading around the world because I think that it's just bad for you. And I like going outside because it doesn't hurt my eyes, and I don't want to be one of those people that is squinting at everything. And that's why I think that going outside every day is a habit that people in the future won't do as much.
That concludes our table topic session.
Next up, we'll be going into our evaluation session. So I'd like to call up our first evaluator to evaluate our speaker's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I've had the pleasure of evaluating Arjun with your excellent speech, your excellent icebreaker. I've got to learn a lot about who you are. You're a second grader at Sycamore Elementary School. You enjoy playing on your iPad and watching TV. And also you told us about your dream job to be a hero on the SWAT team, and that's awesome. You even have a plan to go to college. You did say one thing I disagree with though. You said college is a long ways away. It's closer than you think. You'll be there quickly, but I think you're going to be successful. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds for you. You also brought your yo-yos and told us about your love for yo-yos. That was an excellent prop to bring some visualization and also an excellent speech. Your speech was well written. You spoke clearly and it was easy to understand. And again, you brought the yo-yo as a prop, so I thought that was excellent aspect to your speech. On the improvement side, you spent a lot of times reading your notes, so you did not make eye contact, so that's something to work on. But I think foundationally, you're going to be an excellent speaker and an amazing SWAT team member. So moreover, keep practicing, and the sky's the limit for you as a speaker. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you, Toastmasters.
You want to generally my order, so you take over. Then you can introduce the second evaluator, Adam.
And then I can call up the second evaluator to evaluate our second speech.
Hello, my name is Abby, and I had the pleasure of evaluating Miss Anna's speech. Her title was Only Going Up From Here. I would like to say that it was a wonderful speech. You had captivating stories, amazing preparation, and organization. For specifics, I really enjoyed how you opened up with a question, which really kept the audience connected and captivated. It stuck out to me that you had slides, which really showed your preparation and organization. Furthermore, I really loved your stories, such as your experiences with cancer and your son. Your journey sent out a really strong message, which I believe is meaningful, especially for this class with younger kids. And I really enjoyed your point of worrying doesn't help. Similarly, your story about your son, Matthew, and how you used your own experiences to encourage others shows your growth from someone who first received that piece of help to being able to be someone who passed it down. You spoke really smoothly, you showed your passion, you had no notes, and it was really amazing preparation. Some things that I thought you could have done differently, obviously there weren't that many. There was really small things, just as some wording. I heard some phrases being spoken repetitively. Overall, I didn't have that much to say. You really showed your years of wisdom and courage and your years of experience with speaking. Thank you.
Do we have anyone to evaluate Mr. Pendergrass's impromptu speech, or Are we just gonna move on from that?
Third evaluator is Shante, Miss Shante.
I'm sorry?
Okay, the third evaluator is Miss Shante.
Miss, okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Shanti and I had the pleasure to evaluate Jason. Jason, I think your rendition is great. Like, you spoke with conviction. You had the topic you chose, you have the right audience here. So great rendition as well. And you started your speech with the statement, just go to college, but not just go to college, but graduate, period. That's your like big statement right there. And you spoke about the strategy, right? So you said make the decision to graduate from college, not just go to college, but make the decision now that I will go to college and I will graduate. So that's like amazing again. I love the pointers that you gave. You said have like the 4 different things that you had in your speech. You said have fun, but take time to study each day, not just not just before the test that we almost every one of us did that, but you all understood that that's not the right way to do. Again, building the foundation. If you're going to college, that's the foundation that you're building, and always do not hesitate to ask for help. That's like the big important thing that you would learn. Like just ask for help. Everybody is like willing and open to help. Always we kind of hesitate to kind of go out there and figure out and ask for help what we need. So again, great rendition. I think you are in your comfort zone and spoke with conviction. So great speech. Thank you.
Thank you for those evaluations. And next, I guess I can call up the general evaluator to call up the timer in the grim area.
Overall, this meeting went well, and I like how Taylor and Jason started off with a question to get everyone's attention, and I noticed not enough. I don't think any of us used the word of the day today. Yeah, once. Other than that, I barely heard it, and also for our dream speech, I just think he should have explained what WWE is, because me personally, I have no idea what that is, and maybe he could have explained it. Yeah.
This speeches budget, do not use the word today, and Miss Anna had 4 fillers, Miss Jason had 3 fillers, Abby, for table topics, Abby had 1 filler, Jeremy had 4 fillers, Tim had 2 fillers, Audia had 3 fillers, Deanna had 4 fillers, Kyle had 7 fillers, Alyssa had 3 fillers, Miss Anna had 2 fillers, Miss Rhea had 3, I had 2, for the evaluations, Mr. Jason had 1 filler, Abby had 3 fillers, Shanti had 6 fillers, and Jeremy had 6 fillers. And the only person who used the word of the day was Mr. Jason.
Arjun had 1 minute and 47 seconds. Miss Anna, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Mr. Jason, 6 minutes 45 seconds. For table topics, Abby had 39 seconds. Jeremy, 18 seconds. 1 minute and 29 seconds. Adia, 27 seconds. Diana, 1 minute and 22 seconds. Kyle, 36 seconds. Alyssa, 58 seconds. Miss Anna, 1 minute and 6 seconds. Freya, 28 seconds. Grace had 41 seconds. And for evaluations, Mr. Jason, 1 minute and 21 seconds. Abby, 1 minute and 34 seconds. And Miss Shinje, 1 minute and 26 seconds. Thank you.
Right, great meeting, and thank you, Ms. Shante, to step in today by you. I noticed we missed 1, 2, 3, 4 Toastmasters that haven't spoke today. So my question for you would be, tell us your high and low of the week. Let's go start from Katie. What's your high and low of the week?
For the high and the low of this week for me, personally in ELA, is not my favorite subject, but we had to write an essay in there, and it was made by the state, so we had to do that, and it's for a test grade. I'm not that good at focusing. That's a problem with it, but I'm done with that, so that's good. The high would be probably me playing with my family and my friends online. That's like the fun part of my week. That's usually the part I look forward to. Thank you.
Alright, okay, Nadia. Tell us about your high and low of the week.
Higher for me because, like, just, I got to play with my little sister outside a lot, and me and my best friend came to my house yesterday for a play date, and the low of the week is when my baby brother fell down the stairs yesterday, but he's fine still. So that is basically my high and low of the week.
Okay. I'm glad that it's fine. Imara?
I think the high of my week was missing most of class on Thursday and like all of yesterday. Yesterday was pretty fun. And the low is probably just like homeschool. It's not fun.
Why? Why school's not fun? Why?
Just people and the work we gotta do and tests, your work, and people. And you gotta wake up early too. You don't get paid either. Like, what a scam, honestly. But yeah, that's it. That's all.
It's just not yet. You don't get paid yet.
Future earnings.
Yeah, future earnings. Okay. What's your name? Oh, Emma. Yeah, Emma.
The low of the week was me getting sick, and the high, like my
favorite part was not having to go to swim because I got sick, because we don't like swimming. Stay there.
1 minute, 1 minute. Stretch it. What did you get sick with?
What happened? Is Coach okay with it? I don't care. I don't know. I don't think any other stuff's missing. Because there are too many people there. Also, homeschool. My homeschooling? It's actually, I go to school like 3 days a week at a church. And it's Bible centered. So I have to memorize a bunch of stuff, and it's hard. But I can't remember how many days the flood was, why the rainbow was like symbolizing, and I forgot. I feel like they somehow managed to incorporate the Bible into everything, even logic.
Yeah, Emma is a deep thinker. All right, what's your name again? Huh? Ariasi.
My high was that I got to play on my iPad and get on the call with my friends. And my low was that my dad made me study math, which I really hate because it's kind of hard. And he sometimes makes me work on division when it's kind of hard for me too.
Division already in second grade, right? All right, thank you. Thank you so very much. And I think everybody had a turn to speak. That's a good thing. We're close to the closing time. Does anybody have any suggestions? Oh, I want to mention next week's speaker. That's Mitzi, Katie will speak next week. Icebreaker, and then Iggy. We have 3 speakers next week. Who want to be a Toastmaster? Who want to be a Toastmaster? It's just a meeting host. Meeting host.
I think Deanna just raised her hand. Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deanna.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Good job.
Good job, good job. Okay. Who want to be a topic master? Topic master. Yes, you can. Who want to be the first evaluator? Just evaluating the icebreaker speech. Jason, want to do that? Okay. Second evaluator. Come on. This is your, okay, Kennedy. Third evaluator. If you have done your icebreaker, you can evaluate the icebreaker speech. Emma is hiding. Okay, so brave ones. Can I have a brave one? Grace? Grace, okay.
Thanks for volunteering.
Yeah, I believe in you. Yeah, I believe in you too. Okay, timer, we need a timer. I'll be a timer. Okay, Abby. All right, I got all rows filled out. Thank you so very much. Okay, this is adjourned. All right, see you next week.